Let's see. Hello, hello. Not sure if anybody's here yet, but this is my first live stream. Sorry to hear some fans. Sound of Acumen. I'm trying to get the house ready for my birthday this weekend. So, pop on in, ask me questions if you want. Just letting some people know about it. So, hello, my name's Rich. I don't know if everybody's here. This will not be my normal live stream setup. I will be anybody here yet? I don't think so. Am I actually streaming? Says I am. You guys can all hear me. All right, I think I'm streaming now. I don't know how to use this live stream. I don't know if I'm using this right. I am streaming, I believe. Oh, there we go. It does look like I am streaming. Okay. I am looking to see if I'm actually open. I may not be streaming yet from OBS. Is anybody here? Alright, hello. Is anybody here? Am I streaming now? Let me know in the chat if I am streaming. I don't think I am. I must be doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. I cannot tell if this is working or not. Maybe it is now. I have no idea. Okay, I think it's working now, maybe? Where is chat? I lost chat. Hi, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I lost the chat window. I can't get it in here. I can't seem to find it. Not sure what I did to get it working. All right, so it is working. Where is my chat? I cannot find the chat. Windows closed on me here. Please bear with me. This is my first time doing this. Oh, the joys of technology. How do I relaunch? All right, you can still hear and see me. Hi, Wobble. Hi, David. Hopefully you guys are still seeing me here, hearing me. I'm getting errors in my OBS, so I'm not sure if this is actually still working. All right, at least I'm getting viewers. So it looks like I'm getting an error about stream health, poor. That's probably too many things going on here. Well, hello. My name is Rich, first time DM. I run the Laughing Tavern with my buddy Bo. Hopefully, audio's good. Thank you, Wobble. Appreciate that. This is not where I plan on doing my normal chats from, my normal live streams. I plan on doing them in another room where I will be doing mini painting and doing things such as in another room using Dungeon Alchemist software and Master of Realms software to do the maps, city maps and encounter maps. Apologize in advance if you can hear the fan and the vacuuming. It's really hot here in Connecticut. We're going through another heat wave. And we are getting the house ready for my 50th birthday party this weekend. We got all my buddies from Virginia coming in, a friend coming in from Iowa, another buddy from Alabama, all coming up. We start tomorrow night at a restaurant. Friday's a brewery crawl all day. We got a passenger van in the DD, so always be safe out there, folks. And Saturday is brunch, an old school arcade, another brewery, and then dinner back here at the house. J. Timothy's Wings out of Plainville, Connecticut, best wings in Connecticut, and game night with my buddies like we used to do in Virginia. This time we're going to be playing Brave or Knave, probably just one, as well as a game, Suro of the Seas. Love that game. So, hopefully you guys are still hearing me and seeing me. Still getting some weird errors about audio, about video health. So, yes, Wobble, it will be an awesome birthday, I hope. It should be a blast. I haven't seen some of these people in a couple of years, so it's going to be awesome. What's my favorite old school arcade game? Oh, I'd have to go two choices. Old school Gauntlet. I don't know how many quarters I dumped in that thing before school every morning, sitting with 4 people shooting food. But my favorite is Ikari Warriors. I loved it for the old school Nintendo as well. But you can dump a lot of quarters into that damn thing. Ikari Warriors. Punch-Out. Hogan's Alley. I used to love Hogan's Alley. Pinball games, though. I'm a big pinball fan. Love the 90s pinball, like Addams Family, Indiana Jones, those kind of games. Do I have any tips for mini painting or DMing? David asked a question. Do I have any tips for mini painting or DMing? Mini painting. Just keep doing it. You will get better. Remember to prime if you buy the unprimed minis. Many colors. Do each color individually. If you're doing a group, say 5 goblins, do the green on each. Then do the brown on each. And don't forget washes, and don't forget dry rubbing. You'll add depth and shadow and highlights to the minis. I will definitely go more in. I'm not an expert. I did it for a couple of years and then stopped due to many issues, but got into a little bit and then stopped again, so I hope to get back into it. OG Gauntlet is so much fun. Oh, God, yeah. Don't think I've played Ikari Warriors. Look for Ikari Warriors Wobble Rocket. Definitely look for it. Hi, Dancer. Welcome. And David, tips for DMing. I have 28 videos for DM tips right now. Depending upon specifically what you are looking for, what kind of tips. Hey, Stone Homie, how you doing? One of the biggest tips, David, I'd have to say is you are not Matt Mercer. It was the very first video I did on my channel. You're not a professional voice actor. You don't voice all the iconic video game characters. You're not going to be able to do all the voices. You're not going to run a game like Matt does. You don't have 30 years experience under your belt. Hi, Trial Fan. Yes. Old school Gremlins Flasher. Yes. I gotta at least drop in and say hi. Thank you, Stone Homie. Yes. So, David, if you have any specific questions, pop them in. I'll answer them as I get to them. If not, I'll just randomly talk about DM tips as I go through. Gremlins. Love it. You know, I'm an 80s kid, of course. I was born 50 years ago. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I don't care. Gremlins, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Lethal Weapon, the first one, and Die Hard. All Christmas movies. I will die on this hill. Sorry if I shake the camera. I've got my laptop set up in front of me on a table. So, it bounces around a little bit. Stone Homie, I'd like to try and do a voice in the first session that we players at least know what it's supposed to sound like before I give up on it. Excellent tip. I do try and do voices. There are a couple I do. The problem is I can't carry it through the conversation. It drops in and out. So I try. I need to keep trying harder, though. I need to just not be self-conscious about it and just do it and learn and learn and learn. Biggest tip from behind the screen there, David. Get behind the screen. Spend time. Do things over and over and over again. You will get better as the time goes on. I'm roughly 60 sessions in if I count one-shots, etc. And I'm still learning. I'm better than I was back in 2020 when I started. Still not where I want to be, though. Let's see. Die Hard is a favorite Christmas movie. Of course, Wobble, it has to be, right? Iron Man 3 was a Christmas movie. Never watched it. I watched the first one and the second one, and I gotta be honest, I'm not a big Marvel guy. I was never a big superhero kid. My nerdiness was games and video games and Star Wars and Star Trek. I never got big into comics. I liked Fantastic Four when I was a kid, but of course all the movies, let's be honest, they sucked. I've seen the first Avengers, Captain America. I fell asleep during the first one. Liked the first Iron Man. Just not a big superhero guy. The original Superman and Batman, like those. But I just don't find superheroes. I'll watch them. I like them. I like Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy. Those I do love. Like Venom, but I'm hit and miss on them. I don't stay up on them. I'm so far behind. I'd have to spend the next 6 months just watching superhero movies to catch up. How long do you have to DM before we start calling you Rich, the very experienced DM? That's one downside about my name, right? Is eventually it should go away. I won't be the first time DM anymore. I'm thinking once I get to my second campaign, I probably won't be the first time DM anymore, but I'm still going to keep it because I like the logo. My artist, Kim Marie, did a great job with the logo. I just like it. It rolls off the tongue. But when we do our second campaign, which is probably still 2 years away, 3 years away, really, if I add in the time in between campaigns to get ready. But probably then, so I'll probably be 150 sessions in before I really feel like I'm not a first-time DM anymore. Because I'm a perfectionist, and I still mess up on so many things. Part of it's the way my brain is. Focus issues and attention to detail when I'm working is great, but I'm trying to run a game, I just forget things, and my brain moves too fast, and I can't act on it. Let's see. It is a great logo. Thank you, Wobble. Appreciate that. Amethyst Dragon, welcome. Yeah, the real problem with Marvel movies is Disney expects you to have watched the Disney Plus series. Yeah, I don't even think I have Disney Plus right now. I watched the first season of Mandalorian. Didn't catch up on that. Didn't watch Obi-Wan. Didn't watch none of that. Let me put out there, thank you all for just popping in. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. It's just a test. Wasn't expecting to get a bunch of people in here, but I do appreciate it. I love you guys all. You know, everybody from the Discord and Blue Sky, you're all great. If somebody could throw a link into the Blue Sky for me for this, hey, Rich is doing a live stream, kick it out there, see what happens. I was going to do it, but then this thing started working on me, and everybody started rolling in. Those of us who've DM'd for decades still make mistakes. That is true, Amethyst Dragon. That is very true. Stone Homie, I'm more of a Bob Ross DM. Happy Little Accidents. Yes. Big fan of Bob Ross. My grandparents watched him all the time when I was growing up, going over to their house, watching PBS. I'm doing a great job. Well, thank you, Wobble. I appreciate that. David, favorite Lord of the Ring character? It's not Frodo. Frodo was, I'm going to be honest, was a whiny little bitch. And Samwise Gamgee was the true hero of those stories. Another hill I'll die on. Samwise was the true hero. Frodo gave into the ring too many times along the way. Great question. So I do plan on doing mini painting, making maps, live streams with my buddy Bo, where we're gonna. Oh, I got this tee from DXL, the Men's Warehouse, the Destination XL warehouse, the Big and Tall Shop. It was there a couple years ago. Probably don't have it anymore, but I'm sure you can find it. But I plan on doing some live streams with Bo, maybe finishing up all the Quest End whiskeys, and doing reading D&D horror stories off of Reddit. Totally agree, Rich. Samwise is my fave. Yes, Wobble, he has to be. Terrible Frodo takes. Yeah, well, we can argue about Frodo all day. I just was never a fan. The man dragged evil to a mountain and needed Samwise to finish it for him. If it wasn't for Samwise, Frodo would have been another Gollum sitting in some cave somewhere, ripping the head off a fish. Yes, he got it there, but it was because of Samwise. If you notice, I have to keep putting my glasses on. I hope to one day get a monitor hooked up to this so I can actually read the chat without needing my glasses. But last couple of years, another square of my old man big note card got checked when my eyesight went from amazing to nothing. I said, hopefully the sound of the vacuum is not bothering you guys too much. Hopefully it's sitting back. It's not coming through too much for you guys. I said, my wife and I have been cleaning, getting the house ready. We're both very OCD, so can't have a dirty house whatsoever. And with 4 cats, we get a dirty house. But, man, this is awesome. I do like this. It took a little bit of setup, learning how to use it, and it took a little bit of start here. But I appreciate you guys hanging in. Let's see, Wobble Rocket person turning 50, yeah. Well, it was like 45, 48 when I started. Dancer, Samwise was the man, yes. Wobble, I can hear the background sound, but it's not distracting. Great. Good to know. Like I said, this is just was a random, not planned schedule thing. I do my videos around noise in the house. This house it's weird, the way the sound carries and doesn't carry. So I've got some mics, and when I do my videos, I remove background noise, so it really helps. But if my wife's doing anything upstairs, we live in a raised ranch. So I'm downstairs in a bar area, and if she does anything upstairs, the sound just carries. So bear with me. If you hear the sound of water rushing, the water from upstairs comes right above me where I'm sitting. Let's see. Highest area. Welcome. Amethyst Dragon. There was a bassist sound. Someone was playing music down nearby. I have bifocals as of last month. I'm still not used to them. Welcome. I can't wear bifocals. I have a disease called dish in my neck where the vertebrae are all fusing together via the tendons. So I can't tilt my head up and down very much, or I end up in severe pain. So bifocals, and I worked IT for 30 years. Now I work project management. So I have regular glasses upstairs, which I only need really for driving. But I have readers everywhere. Little cheaters everywhere on the house. Now to get rich playing Star Tropics. I don't play video games. I'm not sure I can even stream them with my setup here. I'd have to figure out how to do that. I suck at video games now. There's too much to do. And I was never very good at them when I was a kid, let alone now. Nobody wants to watch me just suck. I mean, though, I could probably do better than Wobble did at Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Because that one does take some learning. Am I in a basement? Technically, yes, but it's not. It's just the way raised ranches work. You enter to my house. The main floor is the only floor, and then we have the lower level, which is where the garage is, laundry room. I have a front room where my mini painting and board games are. I have a little bar off to the left. One of these days I'll take you guys around and show you. Let's see. Give up on Star Tropics. Never. Everyone needs a little Star Tropics. I went from IT to project management. Nice. Stone Homie single-handedly dragging that game out of the 80s coming into your hearts. Nice. Yeah, I did. For those who don't know, I'm an Air Force vet. I did 10.5 years active duty for the Air Force doing IT work. And then when I got out, I separated and became an IT contractor for the Air Force for another 17 years. Working on the same system I did when I was active duty. It was basically taking a system from Lockheed Martin and making it work with the Air Force systems. Integrating Windows and Oracle and all that, Solaris. And then I got a job up here in Connecticut for Lockheed doing classified IT work. And because of my neck issues, driving the 45 minutes to Stratford, to Sikorsky, was too much for me, for my neck, driving on the highways. And I couldn't rely on my buddy Ian, who you've probably heard on some games, I think, maybe not. He's the one who broke his leg, my neighbor. He would drive, but I couldn't rely on him driving, so I got my bosses to get me a new job in project management. So I'm so glad I'm not in IT anymore, but some days I do miss fixing printers and bricking switches. Let's see. This is when my house is set up. Downstairs is also the ground level since it's built on a hill. Yes, welcome, Nerzul. Nerzlu. That's the same way mine is. I'm in the middle of a big hill in Connecticut, so my backyard is sloped. I have stairs into my backyard, and so to get a mower into my backyard, I have to carry it through my neighbor's yard and over a small little wall, because we're right in the middle of the hill. That's the same way my house is set up. Trial fan, we don't tell anyone. Upgraded internet, make you stream start Tropic soon. Wobble. New baby. Congratulations, Nerzul. Oh, dancer, former Air Force 2. Cool. I served from 93 to 2004, and then I was at Langley Air Force Base until 2021 when I moved up here. They have Star Tropics on stream, as far as I know. I love the Air Force. Like I said, 27 and a half years, give or take, for them. Disabled vet because of it, but that works out well. My first duty assignment was Tokyo, Japan. It was Yokota Air Base. 18 years old in Tokyo, so I got to say that wasn't too bad. Some of my friends were Minot and North Dakota and Offutt. Baby's doing well. He's asleep right now. I'll take advantage then. Take advantage of that, Nerzlu, if I'm saying your name right. Take advantage of the sleeping baby. Wobble. Am I a player in any D&D games or just DMing? I DM my own campaign, but then I also play in one. So we play every other week for both campaigns. So sometimes we get it to where I'm playing D&D once a week. My buddy Bo, who you've seen on some of the videos, he DMs, and then I play for him. And of course, Eric, who plays for me, he plays in both as a player. Ian plays for me and plays in both. So we have some cross there. And also another player that plays with us in our Friday game, for Bo, is a DM in another game on Fridays that Bo and Eric play in. So we have 3 DMs that roll through. Eric runs a game of Marvel Superheroes that I've yet to play in. And Ian has run Morkborg. So we got a lot of DMing experience, and thankfully everybody will jump in. So that's why we're still trying to figure out who's going to DM Daggerheart. Let's see. Catching up on chat here. Just dropping by as requested. Welcome, Chipmunk. How you doing? Welcome to the whatever this is today. Talking D&D, talking whatever. This is just, like I said, trial run. Oh yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already, but I'm assuming most of you who are here already do like and subscribe. If not, what the hell? It's been a year. Done. Thank you, Chaw Fan. Gotta go. See you next time. Thank you, David. Thank you for asking some questions. Always willing to give tips and advice out there. Doing well, Rich. Just getting wrapped up with work for today. Nice. I took today and tomorrow off. I always have Fridays off, and I took Monday off. Like I said, I got to prepare for the weekend and then recover for the weekend. What is my character in Bo's game? I play a halfling barbarian named Palmy Treeshade. He was shipwrecked on an island. Him and his wife were out fishing. They got shipwrecked by this stuff called Vorpal. It's a weird black substance that's taken over the world. So my wife was killed. I spent 10 years fending off goblins from stealing my coconuts. I have a little coconut that I named Wilma, after my wife, that I talked to. Goblins burned down my coconuts, so I killed them all. And then my buddy Ian's character got shipwrecked with me, and then we got rescued and shipwrecked again as part of the storyline. It's this set of islands is all under weird things happening with Vorpal. A halfling barbarian is awesome. Imagine angry baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Thank you, Dancer. This is the campaign that Bo set up. It's all food-based. It's the Foodverse. Expect some stuff about that coming in the future, maybe in like a year or two. We want to put out books and adventures. It's an awesome spin-off. How we got there was we were characters playing Dungeon and Mad Mage. And that we were doing great with that. We got kind of sidetracked, and we started mining. It was all based Willy Wonka's Nightmare kind of deal. So everything was food-based in this. It was great. And so now what's happened is the Foodverse has spun off into its own plane of existence that is, it's all wonky, basically. Pirates of Darkwater inspired? Don't know what that is. No, it was more, I wanted to play a barbarian in a campaign, so I'd never played one for a campaign. Played a level 20 barbarian, and I like the idea of a halfling. I'm all covered in palm leaves, and I have a great axe made from obsidian and a palm branch, you know. And Wilma, of course, is a tribute to Wilson from Castaway. But, yeah, I don't know what Pirates of Darkwater is, so that'd be interesting. I'll have to look that up later. So this is kind of awesome. I appreciate you guys all coming by again. 9 concurrent viewers. Awesome. I really appreciate all the help you guys and all the tips and tricks you guys have given me in the Discord. I assume everybody here is from the Discord. If not, look for Wobble Rocket and hook us up with the with Wobble's Discord. It's awesome. Great group of people. The world needs more halfling players. Absolutely. You can't roll ones, well, unless you roll double ones, you know, back to back. And I roll a ton of nat 20, so it's great. I just counter those ones all the time. I love it. Pirates of Darkwater was a short-lived cartoon show set on the seas. There was this substance called Darkwater that sounds sort of like the Vorpal stuff you mentioned. Maybe that's where Bo got the inspiration from. No idea. 11 viewers, so 2 more. Awesome. Pinged everyone on the Discord. Thank you, Wobble. I do appreciate it. Like I said, this is a nice little trial run. Took me a little going. I'm going to have to do some Googling and make sure I start off right. Hopefully you guys have saw the thumbnail for this. I do thank you, Wobble, for the suggestions for fixing my thumbnails. Instead of using the logos, which I do love, I do like the using Canva. I am mixing it up a little bit, trying to figure it out. Still don't understand the Google, the YouTube algorithm, because I did really well with that language video, and then all the other videos got double digits. My first stream is much better than yours was, Wobble. Sorry, it's just because I like to ramble, and I'm not actually doing anything. I'm not trying to play a game. I'm not getting my ass knocked to the mat and punch out and then looking at chat and forgetting to stand up. So, and I do like what you do, Wobble, for your streams. I've popped in a couple of times so far. It's just the timing's really weird. I try to go back and watch them later. I don't watch a lot of live streams. I tend to go back and watch the live streams later on as on YouTube, video on demand kind of deal. Again, it's a scheduling issue. Too many things going on at once, or just trying to make sure I spend time, with the wife, spend time with my cats, doing prepping for D&D, etc. Well, I have to drag you on Punch-Out, man. That was a game I used to play that all the time on the old school NES. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I got my copy by helping a friend do, basically tutoring a buddy in like 6th grade, 7th grade, something like that. Played a lot of RBI baseball, Dragon Warrior, Super Mario, of course. Oh, it does turn it immediately into a live video for later viewers? Awesome. Do like that, then I won't have to worry about it. So if you're watching this later, like and subscribe. I'll try to, from going forward, these things will be scheduled. That way I can do it on a set time. Maybe once a week, just a mini painting at night or something where I can be in my front room, which has a door. That's where my board games are, all my D&D supplies. I have a nice broken token set up for my mini paints. Nice little table in there. And I've got, I can use my other camera to zoom in close on the paints. So I think that will be really good. Yes, it does, Trial fans. Always good to hang out with our friend group for a few minutes. Brightens my day. Yes. So I'd love to jump in live. I've watched live on YouTube on my TV, but I couldn't get into the chat one time when you were. I had to show my wife wanted to see Pixel. Once I told her you were on there with Pixel, she came on down. We were watching it. So Wobble, how is Pixel doing? Is this the room with the whiskey bottles? No, the room I'm in now is the bar is at the end with the whiskey bottles. So bear with me. I'm going to turn. Ignore the mess in the coolers. But there it is. That's what you guys... That's the full-on bar. Mini paints, they're the small paints. They're acrylic paints from like Army Painter. That's the brand I try to use a lot of. For painting miniatures, for D&D, or Pathfinder, or whatever. You know, whatever games. I've got some board games I've painted minis for. Just because they came unpainted. We love Pixel. Yes, we do. So, Pixel's doing great. She got her stitches out on Monday. She's watching stream right now from my shoulder. Hi, Pixel! This is awesome. I do like this setup. I'm learning OBS. Still gotta watch the videos you sent me, Wobble, for some of the tips and tricks with some of the plugins. I've got to figure out a way to make OBS where I can hit that start recording button instead of the start virtual camera, so I don't ruin yet another video that we tried to do. Those who don't know, last Thursday, I tried to do an actual play of Braver Knave, the game from the folks at Quest and Whiskey. Recorded the intro, went to record the actual play, thought I did, we played, got to the end, I reached over, hit what I thought was start recording, or stop recording, but was actually start. And yeah, so that didn't come out too well. So we have to do Braver Knave again on the 31st. So we'll be recording Braver Knave, and the new Horrified Dungeons & Dragons will actually get delivered next Friday. So we'll be able to play that as well. So we'll record 2 games. Those will be released back-to-back weeks. Or maybe one day I hope to do a live stream of us actually playing games. Take a little bit of different setup for us. We got a tight area down here. Dancer used to carve and make miniature scenes. Very nice. I'm not crafty. I use 2D terrain, 3D terrain. I do maps on my computer. And then minis. Wobble Rocket. Rich, do you prefer plastic or metal? Both. I like plastic because most of the time you don't have to do anything with them but maybe prime them if you buy the unprimed ones. Metal can be tough. I've painted a couple metal ones and they come out beautifully. Some of the metal ones you do have to assemble, and I've had issues with that. Mainly, I have a natural shake. A little bit of shake, not like Tyson Jaffe. I don't have that level of a shake. I forget what that disease is called. That condition is called. But I do have a little shake, so trying to assemble little tiny things is hard. Painting's a little bit better for me, because for one, you can easily cover it up. But I don't know. I love painting the metal. The end product is so good. So good. It just looks really well, and I'll have to bust out some of my stuff that I've painted before. I've got them all put away right now. So I can show you guys some of the stuff I've done. Yeah, so I like the plastic is they're cheaper. They paint really well. They dry really quick. They're both the same in terms of how to paint. It's more about the product at the end. Anything but resin. My buddy Ian has a 3D printer. He's printed a lot of stuff for me. So I will be, and those you got to prime. I haven't tried painting it yet. He is printing me a massive ancient red dragon that is going to end up being, the wingspan on it is bigger than the screen, and it's going to be massive. You guys can't even see how big I'm making it. It's going to I'm going to paint that thing though for the table. Thankfully they're probably still another 20-30 weeks away from that, so he had an issue attaching the wings after printing it for me, so he's still working on that. So we got to take care of that, get that finished, and then I'll get that primed and I'll paint that. I will record me painting that, but I'm not going to do a live stream of painting that dragon because it is for my players. They know they're going to face the dragon, but I don't want them to see anything until I drop it on the table. Let's see. Wobble. My roommate in college had a huge red dragon miniature. It was awesome. Yeah, this is going to be bigger than that one. This is massive. It is just... He upscaled it and then had to downscale it because it wouldn't print right. So this is great. Welcome anybody who I haven't said welcome to yet. I do appreciate it. Okay. Current bit rate is low. I may have to up the bit rate at some point next time I set this up. So learning. So, okay, there we go. This is a little bit, I'm moving some windows around here. Yeah, I definitely have to learn how to fix some stuff here. Tweaks to be made, especially once I start bringing my phone in. So, this is great. Let me just, I gotta check something really quick here. I'm gonna message a couple of people and I'm on here. Yes. Oh, so let's see. One more group of people here. I am doing a live stream on my YouTube channel. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I need to step out. Great to hang out for a bit with Rich and Wobble fam. Later, Chipmunk. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's some settings to tweak to make your stream work well. Feel free to send me any questions you have in Discord. Of course. You know, I'll reach out. I also will Google and find out what to tweak and everything else like that. Part of it too is Wi-Fi in this area, even for the house, the internet tends to slow down. I have to turn off all our blink cameras. On Thursdays when we play D&D, from my friend Karen, she plays Maeve. She comes in via FaceTime from Iowa. So we have to turn off all the blink cameras. We get that live stream kind of just kill the internet. So I did it before I even started on this because I knew it would probably be a problem. But yeah, so this is awesome. Encoding overloading. Turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Yeah, I'm getting weird messages. If you connect by Ethernet, that will help. Wi-Fi doesn't like streaming all that well. Yeah, unfortunately, this is a house built in the 70s. There was only one spot to put a router, and it's upstairs inside one of the closets. That's the only spot where cable was run. They pulled all the cable out of the house. It was the only jack. So that's all the way at the other end of the house. There's no way to connect Ethernet to it, unfortunately, from my laptop, unless I'm sitting in my wife's office on the floor using the internet. So unfortunately, it's not an option for me here. The Wi-Fi signal strength itself is generally pretty good. It's something to do with the bandwidth in the neighborhood when it leaves this house or comes into this house. You have an Ethernet cable running across half the house on my computer. I thought about it when we had our basement flooded a couple years ago. So we had almost all of it redone. The problem is where that jack is, it's over the garage. So I should have, but wasn't thinking about this at the time. I wasn't even doing this. So this was before the channel existed. So I didn't know I'd have to try and fix my internet. But I do believe it's just the way this neighborhood is with the bandwidth. But this is great. I love this. I said, don't mean to keep looking at my phone. I gotta keep checking for stuff. So, listen, anybody has any questions about me or D&D, board games, whiskey, anything, throw them in the chat. Anything you guys don't already know about me, because I think most of you guys are from the Discord, so, or follow me on Blue Sky too, so definitely, you guys know what I like. But if you can, check out the Quest End whiskey. I know some of it's high end, but the NPC's $55. If you're a fan of whiskey or old fashions, check them out. They don't pay me to do anything. I do it because I love the product. Anything I do, most of the time I've used it personally. I don't just say go here and check it out. What day of the week I plan on streaming? No, that would have to be determined. I still have a plan for Sunday afternoons where I'm supposed to be going to do a live actual play for board games at my friendly local game store. I'm still waiting to hear back on when that will be, when that will start, when that will be Sunday afternoons. So depending on, it might be a Sunday afternoon, it might be a later thing at night too, like say after 10 o'clock. If my wife goes to bed and I can sit in the front room and just focus on painting. So it'll definitely be a schedule thing. It may be, I would love to get a set schedule like you have, Wobble, because I know it helps with the algorithm, it helps with viewers if they know there's a set time for those kind of things. So I hope to do set times for those, and then random pop-ups like this one, random ask me anything kind of deals. So whenever I have the time, like today, I actually can fill in the time. So I've been doing a lot of my videos right after work. I record it, edit it, and post it by like 7 o'clock. So in a 3-hour span, I've recorded, edited, and got it all posted and pushed out there. So I hope to schedule. I'll do my best. That's the hardest part about my life, is the scheduling part. Too many irons in the fires. But I also don't want to compete with, say you Wobble Rock or anybody else who streams. I want to make sure I'm hitting a time when everybody can come and support, and I'm hoping to jump on more of your live streams, Wobble, definitely, or anybody else who does live stream. So I do like doing this. This isn't bad. Pop-ups are fun as long as someone gets the word out right. And that's why I popped into Discord really quick and said I was going to be doing it. And then I was going to pop back in with links and all that. But yeah, definitely need a schedule just to get that routine set time. I know the algorithm kicks my butt. Let's be honest, I can't figure it out. I know part of it's I do a couple different things, the board games, the D&D, and the whiskey. So it kind of, I don't think YouTube knows what to do with me, sadly. But just keep trucking, showing up consistently is more important than sticking to set days. Absolutely. Which is what I started doing. Because I would go weeks between doing a video just because physical issues, mental issues, schedule issues. I mean, I know everybody in here understands that. Self-care is key, but sometimes you just got to take a break. But lately, I've been trying to get Mondays are a great day for me after work to hop on and do a quick video, which is where I'm thankful for the DM tip video suggestions that like Wobble and Magpie and PJ Coffee all sent me, because those all help me be able to think about it during the day when I know I'm going to be doing a video after work. It helps me jump right in. I follow a couple of guys who don't stream on specific days, but are online 2-3 times a week. There is that too, the more you do, which I have been trying to get a lot more videos out, 2-3 a week if I can. And Harley just went into the front room where my elder cat Han is. They don't get along too well, so this might be interesting and kind of funny. Yes, life happens. Unfortunately, it does. But I do know that having a set time to do a video every Monday has helped. At least now I'm getting more videos out. I need to start swapping them up and doing some player tip videos and things like that, not just the DM tip videos. But most of my DM tip videos the last couple of weeks have merged a little bit player and DM because the topics cross. Yeah, Wobble, same. I stream a lot of different games, plus talk about TTRPG stuff, so my algorithm's all over the place. Yeah, that's my issue. Maybe we'll get lucky and see some kitties on stream. Possibly. I know my last video, Han he had one of his catnip mice in his mouth coming down the stairs, and you can hear him meowing in the background if you listen really close. Well, nope, Han and Harley did not get into it, because here comes Harley. We'll see if Harley comes up. I know Harley's the diabetic cat that a lot of people have given me some support on Ko-fi for over the last year, and I appreciate that. It did help us get some more tests done for him, help with his insulin, which is now all over the map. Now we are just giving him the amount of insulin we believe he needs. His body produces too much, doesn't produce enough. It's weird. The vet, never seen a cat like this. So it's been hectic and crazy. And this week we're having to shift his feeding schedule to get aligned with our dinner plans for the weekend. So we've been getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and feeding him. Let's see here. Maybe we'll get. I'm going to lurk until the stream ends. Have to start dinner when the tornadoes roll up right here. Thank you, Trial. Like I said, I'm not sure how long this will go. Pixel really loves the little catnip mice. Oh my god, they're Han's favorite. He got one at the vet when I first rescued him. We still have it. It is basically the inner shell, but we still have. How's Harley doing? Like I said, we've been. He gets insulin twice a day. We were working our way up to 2 units twice a day, but when we did that, his blood sugar would drop into low. It made no sense to us. So we'd have to start over and work our way back up. But then all of a sudden, when we got to 1.5 twice a day, his blood sugar shot to over 600. It makes no sense. He doesn't get any dry food. He doesn't get any carbs. He just gets canned food. He gets fed 4 times a day. So now we started over. We talked to the vet last week, and we said we're just going to take his blood randomly, or when we think we need to see where his sugar is, and treat him like you would a child that ate too much candy or didn't eat enough, where you don't give any insulin, or you give less, or you give a lot more based upon what the number is, kind of deal. That's how we're treating him. We know we'll never go higher than a 1.5 now. And not for very long. It took 3 days for his blood sugar to plummet or to skyrocket for some damn reason. But he's doing well. He's 12 years old. He's up to 8 pounds now. And he's feisty, but he's been playful lately, so it's been great. Still has that food drive. We can't leave food out. He will jump up and eat food off the tables. He will dive into the garbage, so we keep our garbage in the closet. But that's what you get with the diabetic cat. Cats are hard to manage diabetes on. Poor baby. I had a diabetic cat. It's a struggle. Yes, it is, Asteria. Yes. Hopefully that cat, everything went well with that cat. It's been rough, but it's what we do. You know, the feeding twice a day, set 12 hours with the insulin. Chipmunk has a diabetic cat too. Oh, okay. Playful is the best sign they're feeling well. Exactly. And I think I've talked to Chipmunk about Harley before within the Discord when he was going through something bad. But yeah, so we have 4 cats. Harley and Simba were my wife's cats. We had Han and, of course, Leia. And we rescued Autumn. She was in our yard. She was a stray. She was eating bread out of the yard that we put out for birds. So we captured her, and we trapped her, and rescued her, and she became ours. So we have the 4. My ex has my 3 dogs. She's taking care of those 3 dogs. Beagle, a Jack Russell Chihuahua, and a Ret Terrier Chihuahua. Jack Russell, I mean. He lived his best life. That's all we can ask for, right? You know, we changed our schedule. We don't go on vacation together because of the insulin and the diabetes. One of us has to be here. It's such a roller coaster that we can't really trust other people to pop in and give him insulin because it's such a roller coaster with him. He'll be fine 1 minute and then low and having seizures, which thankfully he hasn't done in a year. So, who is the favorite human for each cat? Autumn. Autumn is my wife's cat. She sits with her all day. She occasionally will sit with me, but she's my wife's cat. Han is mine. All mine. I had him since he was 4 months old. He loves my wife, but he's my cat. Simba is my wife's cat. He's come around to me though. He does love me. Harley, he's a man's cat, so he's gravitated towards me since me and my wife started dating 5 years ago. Today actually was our first official date. Happened during COVID. I was in Virginia. She was up here. So, but yeah, no, they each have their favorite, and there is some jealousy, especially between Han and Harley. Not so much now. Now they've settled in, but they, it's cats are a little bit different than dogs. That's for sure. Wow, this is fun. I can do this all day. I can, obviously, I can talk. Yeah, I can ramble. You should see how long it takes me to do my video sometimes. That's why no script is nice. It's more me. However, happy anniversary. Thank you. I do have to edit out a lot of stuff, or I don't like how it's going, I just stop and delete it. I plan on keeping some of the bigger bloopers because I do swear, especially when I'm in a long stretch and I have to just dump the whole thing because it went really bad and I can't edit it out for like a Patreon or something, but I'm not sure anybody would be interested in that. I did keep some other bloopers from last week's failure of the Brave or Knave recording. Because we recorded some funny stuff at the table that I didn't know we were recording. We were all done. But yeah, anybody have any questions about me or any more things about D&D or minis or board games? Please put them in the chat. I don't know who's here. It's probably all still Blue Sky and Discord people. But this is kind of fun. I am liking this, you know. Definitely looking forward to doing this again. Like I said, I will learn do some tips and tricks for how to tweak OBS especially. Some of the errors are gone away though, so that's good. Astaria, my players sometimes have to redirect me back to whatever question they ask me because I'll go on tangents. I get it. Thankfully, I don't do that during the game. I do have not scripts that I follow, but outlines for NPCs for information I want to get to. And I can, of course, my players will ask me random questions I wasn't prepared for, but I know my world pretty well, so I stick to it. Bo will go off on tangents when we ask him questions, and we also are not a good table for a DM because we will just side conversations, and it's everything you're not supposed to do as players we do. So Bo puts up with a lot. Bo, if you're watching this, you're great. What are your tips for keeping a D&D campaign going over a long period of time? First thing is schedule. You have to agree to a schedule before you even start. Have everybody buy into that schedule. Make it so that it is like an appointment. Now, thankfully, in my group, everybody is, married, single, there's no kids. So we don't have the issues of sports and dance and ballet and the things like that can cause schedule issues. The married couple, there's me and one other couple, they both play, so they understand. My wife doesn't, but she is great. She understands. So between the board games and D&D, she's cool with it, but you have to stick to a schedule. That is the biggest killer. It's, we'll play again in the week. Well, I can't play, so we're not, so, if player A can't play, you don't play. You still have to play. And I try to do a one-shot at least. If it's not, if the next session is not going to be focused on the player that can't be there, they can be in the background and we'll continue the adventure. Where we are in my campaign right now, though, everything is very critical and you need all 4 players there. So we'll do a one-shot, and this is where somebody like Leia the Long-Lasting comes in, where she can appear to the players and have take them to a one-shot location and bring them back. But you have to decide all this before you start. Session 0 is a great place to talk about schedules and talk about what will happen if 1 player can't make it, 2 players can't make it. Try not to cancel. Still have the night. And if say 2, and I have 5 players in my game, so if 2 of them can't make it, I might still run a one shot for the 3 that can make it. But chances are we'll just play board games because there's 4 of us, so we can just play board games instead. Bo does the same thing. If 2 of us can't make it, they do something else. Somebody else will run a different RPG, or they'll play board games. So you have to decide what that balance is. But the key is schedule. Scheduling is the most important thing when it comes to keeping the campaign going. And then it's playing regularly. We had to take a year off when my basement was being redone, because all my stuff was in the garage, buried behind furniture and everything else. So we couldn't do anything. But we kept the conversation between the players going, at least because I created a Discord, of course, for the campaign. Wobble, really, that's the biggest tip for keeping a campaign going. It's playing. You have to play. You have to sit at the table and play. Talk about your giveaway. Oh, my giveaway. Yes, thank you, Wobble. In case you haven't seen it, I'm giving away 5 copies of Leia the Long-Lasting for my 50th birthday this week. So, on Blue Sky, the Laughing Tavern Blue Sky, there is a post that you have to love and repost to be entered. And on Monday, at some point, I will pick 5 names of the people that have done that with that post. Thank you, Wobble, for reminding me. As I said, brain goes everywhere. Leia I rescued her and Han together. So she was 5 months old. He was 4 months old when I got him, right after my divorce. So I needed something in the apartment. I've been on my own for about a month when I got him. Leia was great. Her and Han got along great. They weren't brother and sister, but they were together in the same little cat condo thing at the rescue. And of course, only had her for 4 years. We moved up here in 2021, so I had her for about 3 years. And then she got diagnosed. She was losing weight really bad, and we thought it was a abscessed tooth. So we took her to an emergency vet. It was an abscessed tooth, but they also did an ultrasound, and she was riddled with cancer, which is something you never want to hear somebody ever say about pet, or anybody really, riddled with cancer. So we had to put her down. So that was very rough. It destroyed me. It was rough. and I came down with COVID not soon after, and it was not good. But I came up with the idea, being a DM, I can make her live forever. Somebody on Facebook suggested I make her a merchant. I was like, oh, that's perfect for her. So I came up with the idea of Leia the Long-Lasting. Works for, the goddess of death and can move through space and time. So when I put that idea out there, I created a mini on Hero Forge just because I love Hero Forge. One of my friends who does the artwork for the channel, excuse me, we came back from dinner and she had the cover art that you see. She had done that in a couple of hours and posted it. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Sorry about that. Cold today. Something draining. But Leia's great. Leia's great for bringing new players into the game, taking your player away if somebody has to leave. I've done both. She's also great for popping in and taking the players to a one-shot location and then bringing them back right after she left. So you can buy it on my Ko-fi. Check that out. Like I said, I'm giving away 5 copies on Monday. Thank you, Wobble, for reminding me. And sorry, it still gets to me talking about Leia. Love that you turn her into a D&D NPC. Great way to remember her. Absolutely. That is the beauty of being a DM, is we can make somebody immortal. Somebody in our life, whether it's a pet or a person, can live on in our game. Every single PC I've played before are all NPCs in my world somewhere. The leader of the Thieves Guild is the rogue I was playing in a campaign that I was in before I moved up here to Virginia. The DM, thankfully, we knew I was leaving. We got it done. So the last session I was in, the last part of the session was my character finishing out their arc. And he left the party. And that's when we told the rest of the players that I was actually leaving. They didn't know I was leaving. That was my last session. But he lives on as the leader of the Thieves Guild in my world, in one of the countries. So yes, D&D, any TTRPG, you can make anybody live forever. You can easily do that. Just come up with a cool idea and run with it. Asteria, thank you. Yeah, no, it was rough, but I don't know if I've seen the Hero Forge mini. Like I said, I have her. She's in a box in my room somewhere. I think it's a picture of it is in the PDF actually, but I don't have easy access to it. I will bring her out, and I'll also post a link to her. I'll just post a shareable link that I created that anybody can go and create their own Leia when they got the PDF. The people who've gotten the PDF, I've asked for them to email me back and let me know how they used her, what their players thought, because I would love to hear stories. So, if you have a copy and you've used Leia, please email the email that's in the PDF. It's in the introduction or the next section there. It's I think it's the Laughing Tavern email. So I would love to hear stories. Would absolutely love to hear stories. She was awesome. And I love Hero Forge. Again, not a sponsor. Trying to. I reached out, so we'll see. All of my players get a Hero Forge mini. I still need to order the new player hers or theirs. And all my characters, I go into Hero Forge and make them up and do a mini, and I have a little snapshot for my D&D Beyond character, so it pops up there. But I also do my minis once I know that it's going to be not just a one shot or a multi shot. I want to, so I get the 2D standees from Hero Forge. They're cheaper, only about $13, than the printed minis. The printed minis I found to be very fragile. I've broken all but 2, and out of the original party, only 1 has their original mini left because they break. You drop them, they break. So I much prefer the 2D standees. Like I said, $13. You can also get an STL for like $8. So, but the 2D standees, they're thick acrylic. They're not the 2D standees you can get from, say, Dungeon in a Box, which are very great, or some of the flat minis. These are a little bit thicker, so there's some heft to them. Hero Forge is great. Oh, absolutely. You've given me like 2 ideas for characters and stories in the last 10 minutes. Awesome. I don't know what FWIW means. Yeah, I'm not wild about the quality of the physical minis. The metal minis are great, but they're like $60 or something. It's the plastic minis. They look great. I love them, but they're just so fragile. Especially if you have an arm sticking out or a bow or a staff. Those are going to snap right off. I actually broke one in my little box that I store everything because something must have hit it just right. So, but the 2D standees are definitely a way to go. And they look great, especially with the color. The colors are the same color as on the screen. Whereas the colored minis, they're a little faded when you get the actual 3D minis. They're still great, but the colors are a little subdued in comparison. But the 2D standees. So Hero Forge, if you're watching, hook me up. I'm just looking for affiliation, not full-on sponsors. For what it's worth. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't do emojis. I know some of the. I don't text. I mean I do, but I just. I communicate in Discord a lot more now, thanks to you, Wobble, and the whole Wobble family. It's but I chat through Facebook Messenger and stuff, but people only text me when it's an emergency. So, and I don't do a lot of the acronyms besides the basic ones. But for what it's worth, good to know. Thank you. But Astaria, what were the ideas and stories? I'd love to hear what you were going to go with. No, I've been online technically since the 90s, early 90s. Back when you had to sacrifice a robot every time to connect to a use group. Bulletin board. You know, when I was in tech school, they showed us the punch cards, old school punch cards. I learned DOS and 5 3/4 floppies, and, reel-to-reel tapes, old school computers, black and green monitors. Go watch war games. That's the kind of stuff I was working on in the Air Force initially. All right. Well, I think this is good. Good to head out, Rebel Rocket. Well, I'm just getting ready to end anyway, so congrats on your first stream. Can't wait to see more. Thank you, sir. And I appreciate you all stopping by. Thank you, chat. It's been great. I love the questions. Definitely going to do this again. Hopefully everybody liked it. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. As always, like and subscribe. Share the links. Share Blue Sky. Try to win a copy of Leia. She is awesome. As always, love each other, be nice to each other, and accept each other. Thanks, everyone. Oh, hang on. We got a last-minute comment. Astaria lost a 6-year-old cat in a similar way. Our vet visited the heartbreaking diagnosis. He made baby had him since he was a day old. Oh, geez. Oh, Astaria, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Absolutely. I'm with you. Cheerful tabaxi. Yes. Tabaxis are the way to go. Make their character like them. If you're going to be a PC, make their attitude like they were. Be playful, be standoffish. However they were, bring it to the table. Great first time streaming. Check-in. Thank you, Dancer. Thanks, Trail Fan. And thank you, Astaria. Like I was saying. All right. Till next time.